If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, if you want to tell me you hate my videos, the best way to do it is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Nicki Minaj tells Rick Ross to sit his fat ass down, and Trina says there's no beef between her and Nicki Minaj. Plus, Welcome to the Party remix is dropping tonight. Let's talk hip-hop.
I told Meek I wouldn't trust Nicki. Instead of beefing with your dog, you just give him some distance.
I told Meek I wouldn't trust Nicki. Instead of beefing with your dog, give him some distance, right? So this is, first of all, apple in my eye. It was like 2 years ago, right? When Rick Ross said something about Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill, right? So that was back when like they were together. Or I think that was like back when they just broke up, right? And so Rick Ross was like, I told Meek not to trust Nicki. You know what I'm saying? Don't beef with your dog. Talking about Drake. Just give him some distance, right? And you see the aftermath of the whole situation is that Drake and Meek are back cool again. Rick Ross and Drake are back cool again. And Rick Ross said it, man. Just give him his distance. And they ended up coming back together once Nicki Minaj broke up with Meek Mill, right? But the whole situation is that during that time, things were crazy, right? So before, you know, Nicki Minaj and Meek got together, everybody were cool. Everybody was friends, right? Rick Ross, Meek Mill, DJ Khaled, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Drake, everybody, right? But when Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj got together, a lot of people kind of fell out, right? I don't know if it was because maybe Drake was jealous and he wanted to be the next one up, because you know on that song he said, I ain't never fucked Nicki because she got a man, but when she done, I'm the first in line. You know, he was rapping about it, so I don't know if he was kind of jealous or if Meek Mill just kind of thought that a fling happened between Nicki Minaj and Drake in between, you know, after Nicki Minaj broke up with Safari or whatever the case may be, but you know they had beef, right? So of course they were rap battling. Drake calls him Twitter fingers, and basically everybody was like, yo, Meek Mill took a L, right? Between those two songs that Drake dropped and that one song back to back, which was like, you getting body by singer nigga, you know what I'm saying? Just like going in, you know what I'm saying? Which was a fire diss track and one of the most disrespectful songs I've ever heard, right? So Drake wasn't like, you bitch, I'ma come see you, I'ma shoot you in the face. It was nothing like that, right? But it was definitely like, yo, I'm clown. It was sort of like, it was just two friends and two homeboys, and I'm clowning you, but I'm getting a little bit too serious with you, and I know that you're getting upset, right? Plus, I'm gonna put it on this fire beat, and I'm gonna make people dance to it. And Drake, I can't lie, Drake bodied Meek Mill on that shit, right? So during that whole time, Nicki Minaj is talking about how, you know, she was in a room full of rappers. You know, it was this famous picture with like Barack Obama in the Oval Office, and Common is there, and Wale, and Nicki Minaj, and Rick Ross, a bunch of people, right? So Nicki Minaj apparently went up to Barack Obama and started talking to him about Meek Mill's situation and why he's on probation still, and about the judge being unfair in Philadelphia and everything, and how he deserves a new trial, just like what he got, you know what I'm saying? So Nicki Minaj was talking to Barack Obama about that back when Obama was president, right? And I guess, you know, Rick Ross seen that with his own eyes and felt like, yo, Nicki is a real one for, you know, being in a room full of rappers and going up to the president of the United States and not even talking about herself, but trying to help out her man, Meek Mill, right? So, you know, Rick Ross sent a text to Meek Mill saying like, yo, you got a winner, you got a keeper here, right? And Nicki Minaj saw the text. Either she saw it when Meek Mill was like, yo, look what Rose texted me. He said, you the one. Or when Rick Ross sent out the text, maybe he showed Nicki like, yo, listen, I'm sending this text to Meek right now, letting him know that you the one. Like, I don't know where or how she saw the text, but she saw the text, right? But then when they broke up, you know, he kind of, I don't think that he was dissing her on the track, but he definitely shades her a little bit, right? But I mean, and then Nicki Minaj gets upset. She's like, sit your fat ass down, right? On Cream Radio, she addresses it, and she just tells him like, I was the only one that was there for Meek Mill when everybody was making fun of him and calling him Twitter fingers. So Rick Ross, you need to sit your fat ass down, right? Which is funny, but come on. I mean, if Rick Ross and Meek Mill are cool and they homeboys for life and they've been down with each other forever and they love each other literally, then whatever Meek Mill decides to do, Rick Ross is going to be on board. Whether Meek Mill is like, I want to get married tomorrow, Rick Ross is probably going to be like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? That's a good girl. I think she's good for you. Or if he's like, or if Meek Mill's like, you know what? I hate this girl, I never want to see her again, Rick Ross is probably gonna be like, yup, I told you she wasn't good. I mean, that's what homeboys do. Just like homegirls, when y'all chilling and if you in love with some dude, then she's like, oh yeah, he's real nice. And if you want to sit there and bash him and have a man bashing session, she's gonna be like, yup, that's right, girl, and pouring you up some Hennessy and y'all gonna trash talk him. I mean, that's what girls do. That's what guys do too. That's what friends do, right? So, you know, Nicki Minaj is upset about Rick Ross is kind of standing up for his friend and his brother, but it's just funny as hell. And for her to tell him, like, go sit your fat ass down is also bugged out, right? Like, you got to chill, Nicki. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below.
There is no beef between me and Nicki Minaj. There will be no disrespect for Nicki Minaj or nobody else that's on my album. I appreciate each and every artist that took the initiative to be a part of this The One album. Rico Love gave his all for me. Every artist that came out to do this album for me, they didn't charge me. I appreciate that. Anything else that's going on within that and around that, let me deal with that. Everybody else that's outside of that, keep your fucking mouth shut. And everybody and anybody and all of y'all that are dragging my name through the mud, dirtying my name, my face without me saying a word, you can suck my ass through a straw. And I mean that. I'm a real bitch and I don't play those games. I don't play those games at all. Period. Everybody knows that. Keep my name out your mouth. Have a good fucking night. The One is out now.
So Trina goes live, right? And basically she talks about like the whole situation between her and her team and also Nicki Minaj, right? So if y'all remember yesterday, I was talking about this dude, Reginald Saunders, right? Who is Trina's head A&R. And Reginald Saunders came out with this long post on Instagram basically saying how Nicki Minaj didn't work the record, how she didn't put in like all with the record that she has with Trina, the Baps record on the Project Chick beat. Saying that Nicki Minaj wasn't coming through to film the video or anything like that, right? And so he was basically like, I can't hold my tongue anymore. I've got to say what's on my mind. You people are trying to shade Nicki Minaj. You people are trying to shade Trina, talking about Nicki Minaj, and that's not cool, right? Saying that a lot of people told me not to even mess with Nicki Minaj, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and this is how she's treating me and Trina and us over here on our team, right? And so Trina went live to address that whole situation, right? She was like, first and foremost, there's no beef between me and Nicki Minaj, and I don't need nobody speaking for me, right? Especially not another man, right? But she also wore that on her back, and she was like, but you know what? I apologize for my team and the way that they was getting down and the way that they are trying to expose people and be mean and shade people and disrespect people on social media when that's not the way that Trina, gets down, right? Trina was like, if I have beef with somebody or I have an issue with somebody, I will say it out of my mouth, and I don't need anybody trying to speak for me, right? So she basically checks her whole team and is like, listen, if I want to say something, I'll say it, right? But she also is like a grown-ass woman that says, but you know what? I'll take that to the chin because I should have had my team in check and I should have made sure that they wasn't going to, talk trash or whatever like that. And maybe this really is how Trina feels, but, it's behind the scenes, and it definitely wasn't for her head A&R to go ahead and put it on Instagram and throw shots and at Nicki Minaj, right? Saying that she's not working the record like she should, and that Nicki Minaj kind of threw shade at Trina because Nicki Minaj dropped Megatron and Baps on the same day, right? So they're saying that Megatron kind of overshadowed Baps and that Baps didn't really sell as much as it should have or could have, right? So basically Trina is like, listen, I did bad business, right? Everybody who jumped on my album did it for free, right? Trina is 100% independent now. She was signed to a major, so she's going through those growing pains, but she's also keeping a lot more money in her pocket, which is cool, right? So yeah, the independent game and the game where you're signed to a major record label is kind of different, and you have to be involved in pretty much everything on the independent side, right? You still have a team. It doesn't mean that you don't have a team, but it's more grassroots, it's more boots on the ground, it's more hands-on, which a lot of people like. And then some people just want to sit back, do the music, and let the record label handle the business side of things, right? But if you have like a huge fan base and a huge following, like a Trina or anybody who like Waka Flocka, who used to be on a major record label, but now wants to go independent, is probably really good with that, because it's like, you know how things operate, you already have your fan base, and now all you got to do is produce music, and now you have to keep a bigger piece of the pie too, which is dope, right? So Trina said that she did bad business, and maybe that's the reason why the video didn't get done in a timely fashion, or maybe that's the reason why people on her team feel like, you know, certain things are falling below the waistline. But she says that Nicki Minaj definitely is not to blame for, you know, doing whatever she does, because Nicki Minaj got her own projects and Queen Radio and everything else that's coming out too, right? And she said that she appreciates Nicki along with the other features that were on her album, Rico Love included, and that everybody did it for free, right? So come on now, like, why are you disrespecting people that did me a solid, that did me a favor, right? And then if Trina wants another favor later on, Nicki Minaj is gonna be like, well, you gotta pay me now because your team was wilding, right? So she says, my team does not speak for me, I speak for myself, but I apologize for what my team had to say, you know? But at the end of the day, man, it's crazy, and I do feel like, yeah, the dude went crazy. He went rogue, Reginald Saunders, and that's what I was saying the other day. I'm like, his point is not even really valid, because he's saying that Nicki Minaj wanted to work with another female rapper for clout, yet she didn't work the record. But if I'm trying to work for another female rapper for clout, just to show that, hey, look, I am cool with other female rappers, then wouldn't I scream that from the mountaintops? Like, why would I not work the record and keep that a secret? The whole point is people seeing me next to another female rapper. That's what I'm doing it for. You know what I'm saying? So his point was a little messed up anyway. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Play it. You stopped it at the wrong time. I was just gonna let them hear that second line right after.
The fuck wants to live with us, but you might go. My pretty bitches, house and ditty bitches got a million.
Yo, okay, so I don't know, right? Because Pop Smoke is mad popular. Like, Pop Smoke is like the new Bobby Shmurda of Brooklyn, right? Baby, welcome to the party, right? So he came out with this song. This joint is going viral, and other people in other places are starting to feel it too, right? Even in the UK, right? Even in London, like those grunge dudes, like Gigs and all them people, they feeling it, right? A lot of people on the East Coast are feeling it, right? Philly is feeling it. People in Chicago, right? Because it's kind of like a mixture between like drill music and like grunge music, right? Rico Nasty did a freestyle on this maybe like 2 weeks ago, but the official remix is dropping tonight, yo. And it, of course, it has Nicki Minaj on it, right? And Nicki Minaj bodies it, yo. Her verse is so fire, right? So they put out this little clip, and it's hard to find, but I got the clip, right? Because it was on live. But then I also heard another clip with YG on it too. So I don't know, because then I looked on Nicki Minaj's Instagram and she has the poster for it up, and it says welcome to the party drops tonight at 12 o'clock, and it says Pop Smoke featuring Nicki Minaj. YG ain't on the poster, right? And then I also went on YG's page and he didn't post up any poster, but I'm telling you right now, there's a verse with YG and Nicki Minaj on the remix, and I don't know when that's going to be released, or if that's never going to be released, or if it's underground, or maybe they'll drop on YouTube unofficially if they don't snatch it off or delete it or something like that. But YG and Nicki Minaj are both supposed to be on the remix. But I think tonight the remix is only dropping with Nicki Minaj. But either way, she bodied it, right? And that's taking me back to old Nicki Minaj. Like, what's a mo? Like back on the Pink Print Nicki Minaj. Like, she murdered that. She ain't singing. She ain't on no Fifi got me where I got that much. She ain't on nothing like that, right? She's on some like Queen Nicki Minaj type shit, and it is fire, right? So I'm looking forward to it. It drops tonight, so you know what I'm saying, wait on it. But let me know what y'all think about this and everything else. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me at Jonny Fastlane. That's Jonny on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.